In the previous lesson, I showed you how to find keywords that you could rank easily in Google.
This video is brought to you by Appy's Academy.
To make money from those keywords. This lesson, this is the first of a three-part lesson where I show you how to do SEO or search engine optimization for a website to create a website that will generate roughly $2,000 in passive income per month. So in this specific lesson, I'm going to show you a few key things. The first is how to use those blue keywords that you found to make articles to put on your website and how to structure those articles. Then I'm going to show you how to include related keywords to those keywords in your articles to increase the traffic to your website as well as the relevancy of your website for that topic. And the last thing in this lesson that I'm going to show you is how to install 3 very specific plugins that you need to make this website fully SEO optimized or search engine optimized. And those 3 plugins are the all-in-one SEO pack, the contact form 7, and the automatic SEO links. So let's begin. Alright, so in the last video, the homework assignment was to make 10 groups of at least 10 blue keywords. And the example we've been going over was concrete and cement keywords. So I basically came in and put in about 17 keywords. These are not blue keywords according to the research. These are just keywords I picked as an example. So we're going to use these keywords to show you how to make a website with the keywords that will be basically optimized for Google to rank very well for these keywords and eventually make you money either through Google AdSense, which is the very first monetization method to experiment with, or through some other way of making money with the website. So what is the first step when you have these keywords? Well, basically what you need to do is, these are all keywords that qualified, that are blue, that make you at least a certain amount of money, and that are fairly easy to rank. So first example, let us do concrete anchors. Alright, so with concrete anchors, basically what we have to do with this word, and what we have to do with every word eventually, is to write an article related to this keyword. Just a few general rules to keep in mind when you write your article is you want to make it anywhere between 500 and 1,000 words long. If you have enough to write about, longer is even better. Longer articles are always better, but basically we're going to write an informative article about concrete anchors. And there's a few things you want to keep in mind when you write this article. One of the first things you want to do, obviously you want to include this keyword in the title, and you want to include it at least once. I mean, it'll show up in the article anyway because that's the topic of the article, but you need to obviously have this keyword in the article. And then the next thing you need to do is actually include some related keywords in the article as well, and I'm going to show you how to find those related keywords right now using the Google Keywords tool. Okay, so let's put in Google Keyword Tool. Back to the tool we used for our original keyword research. And put concrete anchors. Concrete anchors, yep. And check off only show ideas closely related to my search terms. Press search. And then you want to make sure, again, this is not on broad but on exact. List it in the order of global monthly searches. And so concrete anchors is obviously the one most searched, but we will take these top 5, top 4, 5, 6, whatever keywords, redhead concrete anchors being the next highest searched related keyword. So redhead concrete anchors. Redhead concrete anchors. Hilty concrete anchors. Hilty concrete anchors. Hilty anchors for concrete. Concrete. Concrete post anchors. Concrete post anchors. Redhead, concrete anchors. That's really related to this one, redhead and this one, but you'd probably want to include both spellings in there. So redhead, concrete anchors, let's do it. Redhead, concrete anchors. I'm gonna guess that is a company that makes concrete anchors. And then concrete wedge anchors at 140. Concrete wedge anchors. All right, so basically the article is gonna be about this, but these are related searches that people also type into Google that if you include them in your article, you will also receive traffic from Google because of these related keyword searches. So if you include these words in your article, you will not only rank for concrete anchors, which is obviously the goal, but you will rank for these words as well. And always remember that the more traffic you get, the more money you can make. It's always in your best interest to get the most traffic you can. And as an added benefit, if you're writing about concrete anchors and you don't know where exactly to go with your article, this will help you along. Look, there's redhead concrete anchors, Hilti concrete anchors. Now, I don't know anything about concrete anchors, but if I were to sit down and write an article, I would guess that these are different companies that make concrete anchors. So you could write reviews about redhead concrete anchors. You could write about the different types of concrete anchors. You could write about their uses, what they're good for, advantages and disadvantages of using them. You know, concrete wedge anchors is something else you could write about. But basically, this is the outline of what your article is going to be. You're going to write about concrete anchors. You're going to incorporate these keywords into your article, and you are going to make it informative, interesting, and at least 500 words, but definitely if there's more to write about, keep writing. And the reason you want to make the content really good is because eventually you hope to rank #1 for this keyword. And if you do rank #1 for that keyword, and someone who works at Google comes and checks out your page and sees that you're ranking #1, but the content isn't any good or isn't useful, they could decide to manually give a penalty to your website. So basically, you want to write a great article with great information about concrete anchors, and then include these keywords in them, as well as related information that's useful about those keywords. That would be the outline of your first article. And then one additional thing you'll want to do, and we'll go over why you do this later on in this lesson, but include all these keywords, and then any related keywords that you see in here, you also want to include in your article. So for example, if you use a concrete mixer to make concrete anchors, say you research what concrete anchors are online, you find out about them, you find out how they're used, and you say, okay, a concrete mixer is something that's related to concrete anchors. That is something I would mention in the article about how to mix the concrete. You would include that keyword in there as well, somewhere in there, concrete mixer. Say there's another one, maybe concrete tiles, or for some reason they're related to concrete anchors. Also put it in, concrete tiles. And maybe, you know, a couple more, just as many as are relevant. You don't need to try and squeeze in as many keywords as possible. But if for some reason concrete anchors are related to ready mix and it makes sense to include it in the article, go ahead and put it in, ready mix. So this right here would be article 1. And you will make an article between 500 and 1,000 words, make it informative, make it useful, and then you will go on and do the exact same thing for every single other one of these articles. So basically, the next step of the process to make this website is to write one article for each one of those keywords. And since here it looks like we have 16 total keywords, that would mean that the next step to make your website is to write 16 articles going over the same process. And just to solidify the idea, I'm going to go over one more example with you. All right, so for the next example, let's just go to the next one in the line. Precast concrete steps. Article 2. precast concrete steps. All right, go back here. Precast concrete steps. The settings are already there. It's already listed in the order that we want, and it's already an exact. Precast concrete steps cost. Precast concrete steps cost. Concrete precast steps. Precast concrete steps, Michigan. Precast concrete steps, Michigan. Now I don't know why people are searching for precast concrete steps, Michigan. Maybe they're made in Michigan, I don't know. But that's something that when you were researching your keyword to figure out what to write about, how to make a useful article about these keywords, you'll probably find out why one of these involves Michigan, and you'll probably be writing about it. Next, PA, I'm guessing is Pennsylvania, New Jersey. All right. Whoops. All right. Precast concrete steps, Pennsylvania. Steps, New Jersey. Maybe you could write an article comparing, the different manufacturing processes of concrete steps in these states, or maybe the different quality that comes from these states. Let your research guide you to decide what you're going to write about in your article, but try and put yourself in the shoes of the person looking for these keywords. If someone is looking for precast concrete steps in Michigan, they probably want contact information or information about what happens in that state, how it's related to precast concrete steps. So just try and envision what the searcher is looking for and provide that information in your article. You can keep going as long as you want with this. At this point, the searches are pretty low per month, like 58. But sometimes when you do those related keywords, if the global monthly searches is something like 10,000, these related keywords could be somewhere like 2,000, 2,000, 1,800, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500. So basically, including these related keywords in your article will help you bring in much more traffic, and that will translate to more money. Let's go back over here to the spreadsheet. Precast concrete steps. Let's see what else might be related. Say you find out that that fiber cement is for some reason the best kind of cement. Well, I don't know how related cement and concrete are, but let's do a concrete one. Maybe you could talk about which concrete mixers are the best when you buy precast concrete steps. Maybe precast concrete steps are something that you would put near your concrete driveway. These are just examples, so I'm just making them up. They're not necessarily very good because I'm just kind of inventing it. I haven't done any of the research, but when you do it, you will start to learn about the subject, and you'll just know which ones are naturally related. So again, same thing for the next article. Get maybe 5 or 7, however many related keywords from the Google keyword tool, and then try and include maybe 3 or 4 other keywords that are blue that will also be on your website. So that'll be how you make article 2, and then continue the process all the way until you write an article for every single one of these keywords. Okay, so at this point you've done all your keyword research, you've got your blue keywords, and you have an article written for every single one of these keywords. These articles, because you did this extra work, are already optimized for Google. Google will like these pages better because they'll see that you have a bunch of related terms on the same page. It'll create credibility and trust with Google's algorithms that you have all these related keywords on the same page. So you're one step closer to making a website that is fully optimized for Google. At this point, you've done all the legwork. Now let's put it all on a website, and I'm going to show you how to do that. To do this, I set up makemoneyfromhomesamplewebsite.com. This website is where I'll post all the articles so that you can refer to this website and you can see how the website needs to set up. You'll see the process of me making it, and then later on when you're doing it for yourself, you can come back to this website and you can see exactly how it needs to look so it's fully optimized for Google. So let's log in. Whoops. Oh, no. All right, here we are on the back end. You guys should already be familiar with this because at this point you should have at least made your website that we showed you in the lessons earlier on how to make a website as a service, your website about making websites. So first things first, let's go to themes. I actually like that theme we used for Tim's website, so I believe it was called Mantra, if I remember correctly. If not, I remember that we did a blank search and it came up, so we could do that. Yep, this is one. Let's install it. Install now. Activate it. Let's see it. All right, there we go. This will be the look of the website, just like Tim's website that we made earlier. In this lesson, we're gonna go mostly over how to set up the website. It's not gonna be so much about how to make it attractive to the eye or pretty, because we already went over that, first off. And secondly, Google doesn't care that much about how the website looks in terms of when the spiders are crawling it and reading it. Right now, the goal is to make a website that is just fully optimized for Google, and then it's in your best interest to make it good looking because you want the readers to enjoy it and ideally link to it naturally if they have a website of their own. But for now, we're just going to show you how to make it optimized, how to make it interconnected, and how to make it good for Google. So to start, let's do plugins. There are basically three important plugins that I would want to plug in. Two of which you're already familiar with at this point. One is a contact form because you want to have a contact page on your site, and the other one is an all-in-one SEO pack. So contact form, let's plug that in. The one I like is called Contact Form 7. Install now. Activate plugin. Go to add new. The all-in-one SEO pack. Install now. Activate the plugin. All the settings for these plugins, by the way, we will do later on. For now, we're just putting them in. And the last one is called Automatic SEO Links. Automatic SEO Links. Install now. My computer's thinking, give it a minute. Oh, taking so long. Yep. All right, I'll pause it while it installs. Okay, and the third plugin was installed. So these are the three ones I would absolutely recommend to put to activate for your website. There's lots of plugins that you can look for and research and find that'll help in different ways, or maybe make your blog look nicer, or give it some function that you would eventually want. And as you become better at this, you'll find plugins that you like. But I'd say as an absolute minimum, the absolute most necessary plugins for a website like this that we're going to try and monetize this way is all-in-one SEO pack, which we already went over in the last lesson, but we'll do it again in this one. Automatic SEO links will help you interconnect your site, and then a contact form so that people can contact you, but you don't have to list your email address. Okay, that's the first part of the three-part lesson on how to make a passive income website that'll make at least $2,000 per month. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them underneath either the post or directly on YouTube. And also, if you haven't done so yet, be sure to go to my website and sign up for the mailing list right here, where you can get all kinds of great information that is not included on the website that'll hopefully help you develop, it'll give you more tips and more advice on how to develop a passive income from home. All right, thank you. Thank you for watching.